Guys, Natasha Tessier. Welcome to my channel. Anything and everything to do with the city of Houston. Today, we are going to do 2024 housing market updates and predictions. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Natasha Tessier. I am the owner of Dwell Realty and Design. We have a whole design segment of our team, and I say team, it's really just me and my assistant Megan, and I have a showing assistant, very small compared to some of these other YouTubers. I heard one the other day say they have 26 agents on their team that they get rotated into when people call in. When you call the number below, you're gonna get me. People are always surprised when I pick up, but I do get tons of calls, days, nights, weekends. Love to help you pick up the phone and call me or text me, and we can figure out a time to chat. So today it's mid-February, just had Valentine's Day yesterday. Hope you guys had a good Valentine's Day. We went and played night golf out here, which is super fun with glow-in-the-dark golf balls. So anyway, today I wanted to go over what I'm thinking with the housing market, what I'm seeing, and some of the numbers from last year to this year. And if you're one of those people that's kind of been waiting for the housing market to crash, I think you're going to be waiting a long time. We did have a pretty big dip down in the fall, and there were some amazingly low prices on homes. But the rates have already come down, and they have predicted 4 more rate drops. And so all that has kind of gone away. I have some people that got really, really good deals in November, December. I don't see us going back there. So when we kind of look at the past few years, it's been crazy. So right after the pandemic, 22, it was like a crazy frenzy to get houses. Everybody was moving to Texas. They still are, but people were overpaying. Prices were way too high. Everything kind of got, sorry, that's my dog. Say hi. He keeps shaking and making noise. Anyway, the prices got really high, kind of out of control. And I feel like 23 helped us kind of level back out, which we needed. So let's just give you an example. $400,000 house. In 22 might have gone all the way up to like 550. People were overbidding, overpaying. It was crazy. And now that same 550 is probably down to like 450, 475. Obviously, our entire country has had inflation. Everything is more expensive. You know, going out to Chick-fil-A is more expensive. Going to the grocery store, everything is more expensive and inflated. The cost to build has gone up crazy. I built this house, and we built during when the lumber thing went crazy. And at one point, you know, we have a really low rate on our house. So that's great, but we had to overpay for the actual labor. And so it's been crazy up and down. But all that to say, I kind of want to go over some stats with you guys, because 2024 in Houston has been a good year so far. So I'm going to kind of talk about January 23 versus January 24. We've had a super strong start from 23 January to 24. The increase in single family home sales is up 9%. So that's a pretty big change. The total dollar volume is up almost 12%, 11.9 to be exact, from last January. So we are already starting out with more sales. I'll go into some of my personal bidding wars and things going on. The biggest increase was the 500 to $1 million range. That seems to be a very popular range. And that was 17% from last year to this year. The median went from $314,000 was the median price for a home to $320,000. So that's 2.7% increase. So people who are homeowners are still going up. Our housing supply went from 2.6 months last January to 3. I think it's a healthy right now, 3.3. That's kind of, you know, when you have a 6-month supply, that's too many homes on the market. When you have a 1-month supply, that's not enough homes on the market. So we're at a healthy spot right now. The days on the market is slowly going down. And I will, again, I've listed a few houses over the past few weeks and kind of tell you my personal experience. And the only one that's not doing well are the townhouses and the condos. They are down 4% from last year. So those sales are down. And then our pending sales are up 6% from last year. So you can see a lot of the positives coming to the market. So I don't see us having this like crazy crash that everybody, like all the social media and YouTubers and stuff are predicting. I do think we are a little bit more protected here in the state of Texas because we have the influx of so many people moving in. We have so many job opportunities, so much industry, all these businesses, HP and Amazon just put another building up, and Chevron, and I mean, all these businesses are moving here. Plus, then healthcare, then schools, then teachers, then contractors. I know new construction and contract work is one of our biggest industries in the state of Texas. And then obviously healthcare, restaurants, all that stuff. So lots of opportunities. So personal stuff that's happened, I've listed 2 houses in the 300, I think one was 350. I listed on a Friday. By Sunday, I had 3 offers. That was last weekend. Just a little house in Cypress, 1 story, great little house, good neighborhood. I have 2 more listings coming in Cypress. I don't think they'll last long. The average days on market was 5 for that neighborhood right now. So I do see the competition picking up, but it's not crazy yet. Like that little house, because it was, affordable in Cypress. But if you're looking right now, I had a builder, there was this great 3,400 square foot house in Audubon, and I got him down to 520, beautiful new construction, Perry home, 2-year warranty. So they are still giving deals. I don't know what that's going to look like in April. So seasonally speaking, in the state of Texas, right after spring break, so it'll kind of slow down the first week of March, and then we have spring break the second week. And then right after spring break is when things usually get busy. But I have a feeling this year, if in the next month we have a rate drop and then we have the seasonal, and the reason is everybody wants to buy for the summer and get their kids in schools. So I have a feeling if the rates drop, or even if they don't, come mid-March, things are going to really pick up in the real estate market. So if you're looking to sell, I always tell people you want to list before June, because once July hits, it takes about 30 days to close, right? So if you don't list till mid-July and school starts August 10th, I'm just throwing that out there, then you've kind of missed all that opportunity. So I do think that we're going to have a good market. I do think we might see rates in the 5, but don't hold me to it. I've just been reading a bunch of different things. So I think we might see rates in the 5, and there's a lot of people that were waiting in the wings, maybe you included, for those rates to come down. Now, if you're looking at new construction, we can lock that in now at that lower price and wait for it to be finished being built. Several houses being done in May and being done in April or even June. We can lock it in now before the crazy happens, and they will honor that price usually. So we want to make sure that's in the contract. That's on. I have a new construction video you can watch here. But if you can lock in that price while it's being built, then even if they go up, they don't come back to you and say, hey, we're going to raise the price, because you locked it in. So if you get that 3,400 in Audubon for 520, and then that price goes up to 550 because the rates drop down and they have 20 people in their office every day, they should, and I've always been able to have them still honor that original price. So now might be the time to lock things in versus 3 months from now. Although, like I read something the other day, there's never a perfect timing to buy a house. Everybody has a different time. Maybe your house is being listed in California tomorrow, and you have to buy in April. We will find the right place, the right house, the right time. Like, I truly trust. I have another buyer that put in an offer in a house on Wood Forest, and we were signing off on it, and the seller had some physical issues and decided it kind of scared them and they didn't want to sell. Well, I really think that that's just not meant to be. And so I know it's hard to trust the process, but the right house will come along for my buyer when it's the right time. I truly believe that. So all that to say is, I don't think we're going to have a crash. I think that we're going to have a little bit of a crazy market coming up. I don't think it'll ever be back to where it was in 22, where people are spending $100,000 over asking. But I do think it's going to be competitive. And I think that you need to have a good agent with you, and you need to have somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm going to share my screen real quick to show you something. Okay, I wanted to share my screen with you. When you guys are looking for an agent, first, obviously find somebody that you know, like, trust, that's going to answer their phone. and that's going to be honest with you. I think that's really, really important to find somebody that you gel with, whether you're buying in Houston or anywhere. I have agents all over the nation that I can refer you to, but you want to make sure you have somebody that you trust. Okay, so the next thing is you want to go and look at their solds. So this is my map. So you can see, how busy I am. But more importantly, it's that you want to make sure that you go in and look at their solds and look at the areas. So for example, if I have a client that says, hey, Natasha, I want to buy down in League City, I don't feel like I can help you down in League City. This was a high school friend that wanted me to help them, which I did, of course, but I don't know how to direct you here. I do have an amazing agent down here that I can refer you to that I know will take really good care of you, and she lives there. But you first need to find somebody that's in the area. So if you're looking in Northwest Houston, okay, I can help you. I'm really, really familiar with this area. But if you're looking, I don't know, I had another client looking and saying they wanted to kind of buy out here in Madisonville. Well, I have an agent that works out there. So first, make sure that they're in your area that you're looking. And second, make sure you look at their solds. So there's a lot of realtors that say, like there was one the other day that posted that she had 14 sales in the first 6 weeks of 2024. And when I went to look it up, there were only 2 sales. So just go and look it up for yourself and you can see, how many sales they have, how many they have coming soon, how many they have listed, all that stuff to make sure they're an experienced agent. So that's just one way. I think Zillow has a lot of those. They don't have all of my sales on Zillow, which is fine. I need to go claim them all. But if you go to har.com and you look up, you just put in the person's name that's trying to help you, HAR, it'll tell you how many sales they have. And you don't want to go with somebody who's only sold 2 homes. I have one friend that she works at our volleyball club and they live in this neighborhood and it floods, we all know that it floods there. So, unless there's a back section that does not flood, that's totally fine. But the front section floods. Well, we had rain about 2 or 3 weeks ago and her house flooded. And I guess they signed off on the flooding. The agent never told them anything. You really want somebody who's going to go through, look at the flooding, look and make sure it's not in a flood zone. If it's already flooded, the flood insurance can be really expensive, especially now after Harvey. So find an agent that's going to go do the legwork for you and make sure you're not getting into a house that doesn't make sense for you. So anyway, all that to say, I hope that helps. The market, I think, is going to get better and better. I don't think it's going to get worse. I don't think that we're waiting for this big crash, especially here in Texas. And I think there's a lot of great opportunity right now in February to lock in houses if you're ready. But if you're not, I told a client today, maybe wait 6 months and let's try this again. It has to be on your timing and the right time for you and the right time for your family. But the numbers that we're seeing and the interest rates dropping, I don't think that the prices are going to go down. So if that's what you're waiting for, and you might as well move into your house, enjoy your home, love your dream home. And then also over a year, even with a slow year last year, it still went up 2.5% in price. So you're still gaining every year, some years slower than others. And hopefully we're past all those crazy waves. Now, with it being an election year, anything can happen. And with it, I'm saying if we don't go to war, we don't have anything crazy, cyber attack or anything like that, I don't think we'll see a major drop in anything. So if I can ever help you, this is just my market predictions. I don't have a crystal ball, so we'll see what happens. But I would love to help you. Reach out anytime, days, nights, weekends, and I hope you have a blessed day.